Do you feel like the burden on your shoulders are a bit too heavy for you to carry on?
Well, I'm quite okay with the challenges. I like challenges.
For the longest time, the talk of the town in Sri Lanka has been the presidential election. Will the presidential election be held? Will it not be held? And then after the presidential election was declared, the question has been, who are the presidential candidates? Who are the independent candidates? Who are the candidates that the top political parties will put forward? And on the top of all of that is, who is the presidential candidate of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna? We have with us national organizer of the SLPP, MP Namal Rajapaksa. Now, the name Namal Rajapaksa has, I think, from the youngest child to the oldest elder, everyone is aware of the name Namal Rajapaksa, especially given the legacy that the Rajapaksas have created. Do you think still, MP, do you all have that support that you all had a decade ago?
Well, I think in politics, it's not something that you can maintain consistently because it depends on the circumstances in the country as well. But we have always stood by our policies and we have always protected what we believed in and what our core values are. So we believe we represent our core values more than individuals. So that's one of the reasons why we have such a long legacy, because we always believed in what we stood for. And I'm sure, you know, there'll be periods where it is very popular, where it is not popular, but still we always stood by the policies and the legacy and policies and the core values that we always believed in. So which is my responsibility as well to make sure that I take that forward.
So are you all popular now? Or are you all unpopular?
Well, we have a couple of months to decide that. So when we go for the elections, when you put forward a candidate, I'm sure you can see the results.
All right, MP. So now, given that the presidential election is just around the corner, we are in election period, who do you think are your top competition or your biggest challenge in this election period?
Well, I think SJB is the main opposition, and they are probably one of the national parties which has presence in all of the country. And SLPP is also one of the biggest political parties in the country. So I think SLPP and SJB will be the main two forces behind the main two political parties that is going to go forward for next presidential.
Do you all fear that they will defeat you all in the election?
Well, it's up to the people. No? We have lost election in the past, we have won in the past. So I'm sure we have to present our case clearly so the people can decide who they want to get elected, who they want to elect.
Now, when you were given this position, a national organizer of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, there was enough and more speculation. There were people who thought that, you know, they put Namal Rajapaksa forward to sweep under the carpet what the Rajapaksas have been doing for long. And then some people also said that they wanted youth leadership to come forward, and that's why they appointed you. Given all of these speculations and everything that everyone has to say, do you feel like the burden on your shoulders are a bit too heavy for you to carry on? Are you okay with the challenge?
Well, I'm quite okay with the challenges. I like challenges, and I think this is a time my party needs young leadership and for me to come forward. A lot of people like to take leadership when things are smooth, and I don't believe in that. I believe you need leadership when the sea is rough, where you have to face challenges, and I'm sure that's what my party wanted. And that's what I have been doing for the last 2.5 years, last 2 years, right after the things have changed for us. So I think we have come a long way, and now we are stable as a political party, and now we need to look forward to what are we going to do next. And I'm sure within a couple of days from now, we will decide who our candidate. And I mean, if you recall my father's responsibility in 1992, early 90s, where he actually fought against the Premdasa government at that time. And he never became the presidential candidate. You know, he made sure that he rebuilt the party through Padayatra, Janagosha. But then it was Madam Chandrika who came forward. And at that time there was some sort of opinion within the party that my father has to contest. But he decided at that time, at that given time, President Chandrika would be the best option. So likewise, it's my duty to make sure that, you know, I rebuild my party. And let's see in the future. I mean, let's see in next couple of days, we will have long conversations, proper conversations, or very thorough conversations with the alliance parties and see who our candidate is going to be.
Two questions coming out of that. One, you said that you're in a stable place, but that's not what everyone is saying. They're saying that the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna has been divided, that people are, you know, crossing over from your party to the president. Is that true? Have you all been divided? Are you all unstable?
Well, instability, no. We are a very stable political party, but yes, there have been crossovers, which is normal in Sri Lankan politics and even in global politics. You see people crossing over political parties globally, and that is not something new, or that is not something that happened recently. And I'm sure as a party we can face it. And of course there's speculation. You know, it's politics. So politics is something that you cannot win more than 51%.
And my second question to you is, you said that you all are going to announce very soon. Why do you all want to wait so long? You all can say it out now. Everyone has been waiting. You all said that you all did announce it yesterday, and now you all are taking even more time.
Isn't it a good thing that people are waiting to hear who we are going to put forward, right? So which means.
So is that what you all are building up?
It's not something we build up. I think it's something that is coming out of the public, you know. So people are keen on knowing who is going to be the presidential candidate from SLPP, which shows that.
And you all are building up that hype.
People are still interested in us, but at the same time, we believe there's a right time.
Right, you know, and the right time is not now.
It's not now.
Okay, and my final question to MP Namal Rajapaksa is that, like you said, you all are waiting for the right time to announce the presidential candidate for the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. Is there any chance that Namal Rajapaksa will end up being the presidential candidate for Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna and then move on to become president, or are you planning on becoming prime minister or opposition leader?
Well, that has to be decided by my party.
Okay.
And for sure, at this stage, we are talking to few people who we believe who can take this country forward. And once we decide, we will announce. As I said earlier, you know, my father's responsibility in early 90s, he has to rebuild the party, but we have to put forward the best candidate who can attract the most number of votes. So I think the party will decide on that. And as I said earlier also, one of the reasons why I always had a miscommunication or misinterpretation about myself and Mr. Vikramasinghe is that they always believe in dealing with individuals, and I believe dealing with political parties, not with individuals. So whatever decision our party takes, I'll stand by that. And whoever the presidential candidate, who's going to be the prime minister candidate, is something that the SLPP has to decide with the coalition partners.
Right. So we started off saying that everyone is waiting to hear out who the presidential candidates are, and the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna's candidate, we are still waiting to hear. I tried to take it out of MP Namal Rajapaksa, but we are still waiting. It is apparently not the right time yet. So that was our conversation with MP Namal Rajapaksa, the national organizer of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna.
But we'll make sure we'll put the right person.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.